The Bruce Brown to the New York Knicks reports are escalating. And now, thanks to an NBA insider, we now know what the Raptors' asking price for Bruce Brown is. And guys, let me tell you, spoiler alert, it is extremely high. Not only that, Bruce Brown recently spoke to the New York Post where he sounded like he was campaigning to join the New York Knicks. We're going to break down this explosive story and so much more today. So if you're not subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button and make sure to have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks' interest in Bruce Brown is getting stronger by the minute. Now, each and every day that goes by, it seems that another Bruce Brown report comes out, signaling that the New York Knicks are interested and want to trade for him. And this is all stemming from when the Raptors traded Siakam over to the Indiana Pacers that led the Pacers to trade Jordan Nwora, a couple of first-round picks, and the star of this trade for them, Bruce Brown, to the Raptors. As soon as that happened, it was like instant. The Knicks were interested and they wanted to add Bruce Brown to the roster. And now, according to this NBA insider, we now know the price point for what the Raptors are going to let Bruce Brown go for in any type of deal. Let's take a look here from NBA insider Mark Stein, who states the following. The Raptors are seeking a first-round pick and a young player back in any Bruce Brown trade. The Knicks could package Grimes, Fournier, and one of their plethora of first-round picks to get Brown on the roster before the deadline. Stein continues by saying, the Raptors are seeking a first-round pick and a young player for Bruce Brown. Brown was acquired by the Raptors from the Indiana Pacers last week as part of the Pascal Siakam trade. Two teams known to have interest in Bruce Brown right now include the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks. Brown makes $22 million this season and has a $23 million team option for next season. And if that's not enough, NBA insider Ian Bagley from SNY also notes that the Knicks' interest in Bruce Brown is getting stronger. He mentions the following about the Knicks' interest in Brown. But still, Bruce Brown, continue to hear his name. I just keep hearing it stronger. We know that earlier this week, and I keep hearing it again and again reiterated, that the Knicks have strong interest in Bruce Brown. He was here tonight with Toronto. He's probably going to be available via trade. That works math-wise. Evan Fournier for Bruce Brown. Shout out to Ian Bagley and Mark Stein, two great NBA insiders, for giving us this massive update on the New York Knicks and who they're potentially going to trade for. Now, I think I'm making peace with the guys. I don't like it. I don't want to. But after all the rumors and reports I'm hearing about Dejounte Murray potentially being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, after all the reports I've been seeing with Bruce Brown topping the list as a potential trade candidate for the New York Knicks, at this point in time, no matter how much it kills me, I think I got to make peace with it. I think that Dejounte might go to the Lakers. And honestly, I think Bruce Brown is at the top of the list for the New York Knicks and are the main target that the New York Knicks are looking at trying to acquire to get on this roster. And honestly, that breaks my heart because I said it before. Dejounte, if he's still available and on the table, that's the player the New York Knicks need to go after. They already have a similar player in Bruce Brown and Josh Hart off the bench. Do you really want two Bruce Brown type of players? If you're the Knicks, having those two come off your bench, they're basically the same player, only Bruce Brown shoots a little bit better. That's it. If you're the New York Knicks, why would you want to make this move? You already doubled down on Donte DiVincenzo. You already signed him to a 4-year, $47 million deal. If that's the case, why are you going after Bruce Brown, somebody you struck out on in free agency and you weren't able to sign on the Knicks? Now it seems like you're showing interest in him again, and I just can't understand why if you already have Donte DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. There are so many other players available on the list that the Knicks can go after that make more sense than Bruce Brown. Even if you tell me that Dejounte Murray is off the table, there are still other names on the table that I would rather the Knicks go after versus a Bruce Brown. Because even though I understand he's a former NBA champion with the Denver Nuggets last season, he fits Tom Thibodeau. He fits Tom Thibodeau's style of play. And obviously, as you heard from Ian Bagley, there are a lot of people internally that love Bruce Brown, that want him on the Knicks team, and clearly, The interest in him is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But honestly, guys, if I have to give up a first round pick, a young player being Quentin Grimes, and I'm using Evan Fournier's contract in this way to get a player like Bruce Brown, I am gonna be furious. Because if you can tell me all I have to do is add another first round pick to this deal to potentially get another better player than Bruce Brown, potentially Dejounte Murray, then that's the deal I'd rather do. I'm not giving up a first round pick, Grimes and Evan Fournier, for Bruce Brown. I'm not going to do that when I basically have a copy of Bruce Brown and Josh Hart off the bench. That does not make sense for this Knicks team. In my opinion, it doesn't move the needle, and it doesn't help this Knicks team get better this season. If Dejounte Murray is off the table, then I would rather the New York Knicks go out and get Tyus Jones, Daniel Gafford, get some of those players, because at least you could sell me that those two fit positions of need better for this Knicks team. They would likely cost you less, and honestly, they would help this Knicks team now and in the future, because I think under Tom Thibodeau, Gafford and Tyus Jones would look better, their value would get higher, and potentially you can flip those two and potential picks down the road for the player that you want. But here's where things get even more concerning. Bruce Brown recently spoke to the New York Post, and he said this to them. And for me, after I read these comments, it sounded like he was campaigning to join the New York Knicks. Let's take a look at exactly what he had to say to the New York Post here. "I'm a dog," Brown told the Post on Saturday night prior to the Raptors getting blown out 126-100 to the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. He continues by saying, "I play extremely hard on both ends of the floor. I can do just about whatever Tom Thibodeau needs me to do. I play extremely hard. I would think I'm the type of player that he likes." And Brown has been a long admirer of Tom Thibodeau. Every time we play Thibs, I go up to him and shake his hand just because of what he's done. Nothing but respect for Thibs. Oh, you don't think it could get worse from here? It gets worse. I love New York. I hated New York before I lived here. But as soon as I moved here, I loved it. Anytime you want to do something, you can go do it. Great restaurants, great city. I love being back. Why not just write a letter to Tom Thibodeau and say, "Hey, Thibs, I love you. I respect you. I know it's a trade deadline. I know you're looking to make trades. I'm on the Raptors now. I don't want to be here. They're not really in contention. You guys are where I want to be. You guys are looking like you're going to be in contention. I can help you guys, and I fit what you like. Add me." That's what that was. That was a written audition. Because let's face it, during the time he was playing with the Raptors, during the game when we spanked them, he didn't show us anything that would warrant the Knicks wanting to trade for him. Let's get that right. So all of this is based on his comments. And his comments all say, "I want to be a Knick, I love New York, and I love Tom Thibodeau. And I'll do anything Tom Thibodeau asks me to do." Well, let me tell you, that was one of the best auditions I've ever seen. If you want to join the Knicks and you're on another team, take notes from Bruce Brown, because this is what you have to do. If you want to join the Knicks and want to make it clear that no other team should trade for you because you only want to join the Knicks, this is how you do it. By making statements in newspapers like the New York Post like this. And honestly, after that, after understanding all of the reports we know now with the New York Knicks internally liking Bruce Brown and wanting to add him, and that interest getting stronger, unfortunately, I think it's only a matter of time before I come on this channel, I do a video and I announce that the New York Knicks have officially signed Bruce Brown to the roster, and why Tom Thibodeau loves him, why a lot of Knicks fans don't, and why I'm personally trying, coping, hoping my best to make peace with it. Because at that point, that's all I could do. I'm not going to kill the move anymore. I'm not going to say I want this person, I want that person, I want this person, because that's not going to help me. I know that. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to make peace with it and I'm going to try to move on. But since we're not there yet, I can say this. Please don't get Bruce Brown. Please don't do this. There are so many other players on the table right now, even if Dejounte Murray's not available. If that's the case, and if you're the Knicks, if you're Leon Rose, you owe it to yourself, the Knicks organization, and this fan base to go out and look for better players to add to this roster if Dejounte's off the table. And if you've done that and you can't get any of those players, and the best player available on the list is Bruce Brown, and that's what you want to sell me, at that point, I have nothing to say. I will suck it up, and I'll say, you know what? Fine. Okay, you made the trade. I have nothing else to say. You went out, you tried to make every other deal I wanted you to make, and you couldn't get it done for one reason or another. I'm upset, I'm unhappy, but I can't argue because you did what you needed to do. But if Dejounte goes for a lesser package to the Lakers or another team or another player that we really wanted goes out for scraps or penny on the dollar and we still get Bruce Brown, I'm going to riot. I'm going to be upset and I'm going to be furious because if there's so many moves on the table left and you avoid all those moves and focus just on Bruce Brown, not only me, but a lot of other Knicks fans are going to be upset with the Knicks and the Knicks organization. But at this point, if you've been following the reports, you've been following this channel, you've been reading between the lines, and you understand everything just as much as I do, then you already know. It looks like Dejounte, each and every day, is slipping past the New York Knicks fingertips, and what's coming in is Bruce Brown. Whether we like it or not, that seems to be the Knicks' next play. But what about you guys? What do you think about these reports giving Bruce Brown his asking price and potentially the New York Knicks having very strong interest in him? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.